Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel Books with Natasa. I know it's been a while, but I have been very busy and I expect I'm going to be a lot more busy with school coming up next month, so I won't be posting as much here, but my posts will continue regularly on my blog and my Instagram if you guys want to check it out. The links will be down below. And without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Today we're doing my August wrap up. I know it's coming up a little late, but I still wanted to film it, so I hope you guys enjoy it. For this month, I read in total of nine books, and it's a lot less than I expected it to be, but I feel a reading slump coming up to me, so I'm slowing down because I really want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber coming out September 28th, and Kingdom of the Curse by Kerry Manscalo coming out October 28th, I believe. And I'm really excited for this book, so I don't want to be in a reading slump when they come out, because that would be catastrophic for me, because I have been waiting for them for like a year. The first book I want to talk about is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This was my first book by her and I absolutely loved it. It was incredible. I was sipping the romance from the very first scene, and I was quite hesitant about starting this book because it has quite age gap and it's a really weird trope for someone who just started out romance with someone like me. But I have to say I really loved it. Penelope Douglas really made us want them to be together from the very first scene, and then everything went to hell in the second scene, and I absolutely loved that. And at the end it was incredible, and I was super nervous because there were like 50 pages left and nothing much was happening. But she did an amazing conclusion because she gave us like little time jumps, like a few months later and a few years later, to show us how their lives turned out, and I really appreciated that. And in case you guys haven't noticed, this book gets 5 stars, and I have a more detailed review posted on my blog, and that link will be down below. This next book I read was The Surviving Trace by Callie Reid. She's an author that I discovered this year, and I'm so thankful because she has become one of my all-time favorite authors. She writes incredible time travel historical fiction romance, and she's just so talented. I fell in love with the story from the very first book, and I binge read the entire series in a matter of a few weeks. And this book gets 5 out of 5, there's no question about it. I love Etienne's and Serene's story because it's really amazing how all the pieces click together, and it's so amazing because they started by being enemies, then they enter a partnership, and then they fall in love, and then it's incredible. If you guys like Outlander, you're gonna love this book. And she has written also a spin-off, which is also incredible, and another book called Unravel, but I still haven't got around to reading that one, but I'm really excited to continue reading all of her books. Continuing with Callie Reid, the second book in the Surviving Time trilogy is The Reigning and the Rule. I was super nervous about starting this book because a friend of mine that we talk about the series together, I will put her Instagram down below if you want to check her out. She warned me about this going to be a really stressful book, and I gave her one of my theories, and she said one of them was correct. And I was really stressing out for reading this book. It was the first time that this has happened to me, so it took me a few weeks to finally get the courage to read, but as soon as I read the first chapter, I was sucked back into the story and I couldn't put it down. 5 out of 5 stars again. Now, it wouldn't be a reading month if I hadn't reread my all-time favorite series, and that is the Origin series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read The Darkest Star and The Burning Sorrow in a matter of a few days. I finally got my physical copies in the mail, so I really wanted to read these books in physical form because I keep kept rereading it in ebooks, so it was a really special experience to read them in physical form. 5 out of 5 stars both. This especially is my favorite book in the series. It's incredible. So if you guys don't know what the series is about, it's a spin-off to her original series, The Lux, and it's about hot aliens and government conspiracies, secrets, and how far you go for the one you truly love. And it's truly an amazing series. Luke has my entire heart. I love him so much. I can't wait for Jennifer Almendrau to release the fourth and final book in this series. I'm hoping and praying that it's going to be in the next year and not in 2023, because I think my books will be destroyed from the rereads if this continues until 2023. Next is Echoes of Time. This is the third and final book in the Surviving Time trilogy by Kylie Reid. This, I think I gave 4.75 or 4.5. It wasn't a really good ending, especially after the previous book's cliffhanger, and I absolutely adore it, but it felt kinda rushed, or no rushed, it just, the climax wasn't big enough for me. I really wanted something more than just an assault on Serene, because we got in this huge time travel journey, and I really wanted some of my questions answered. For example, why did Serene travel in the first place, or is she special, or this time travel gene includes in her family, or is she the only one that has ever time traveled, stuff like that. I really wanted those questions answered, but they might be answered in the spin-off series. I'm not sure, but I'm really hoping these two will be answered soon. Otherwise, I have to ask my friend, because she might know. So we'll see. 4.5 out of 5. The next book I read was King of the South by Kylie Reid. This is the first book in the Belgrave Dynasty, which is the spin-off series for the Surviving Time trilogy. This book was everything. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, no questions about it. This book follows Livingstone, Etienne's brother from the previous books, and I absolutely adored him from the previous books. He is so funny and snarky character, and those are my absolute favorites. And it was really good to see him fall in love in this book with Rainy. They are perfect for each other, and see their past and see how the war has affected Livingstone, because in the previous book we thought that he was going to die at war, and apparently he didn't, and that was so good, because I would cry my eyes out if he died at war, but thank God he didn't. But I'm really excited to continue with the series, because I heard that it's going to be like 10 books, and I'm so here for them, because they are incredible. This next book is another read, and I think this was my 6th time reading this book, and that is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. The tabs just keep on growing every time I reread this book. It's incredible. Every time I'm feeling down, I find myself reading about Farah and Reese, because it's really incredible. And I can't believe it took me so long to pick up this book, because I really did enjoy the first book. I'm so thankful to my friends who recommended this book. It has changed my life. I still haven't read A Court of Silver Flames. I know many people are like super obsessed with it, but I really didn't like Nesta in this book, so I'm very hesitant about it. I will get to it at some point, but who knows when. If this was an obvious 5 out of 5 stars, I won't talk about this, because I keep talking about it in each video that I film, so you guys already know what this is and how I feel about it. This next book, I decided I wanted to read the entire series with my friend Alisa, because I was really struggling reading the final book, and she offered to help, and I wanted to reread the series because it's one of my favorites. And this series is The Divine Narcissist by Eva Bray. We read The Diviners in August, and currently are reading The Lair of Dreams. And The Diviners I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. I have to say it's kind of my least favorite one in the series, and excluding King of Crows because I haven't read it yet. My favorite in the series is Before the Devil Breaks You because I'm Team Sam all the way. I absolutely hate Jericho. I know it's not really nice to say, but after what he did to Evie in second book or third book, I'm not sure. I disliked them already, but after he did that, it was like, you're done, man. Anyway, Sam is like perfect for Eve, and I really love him. Also, these characters indeed are incredible. They are so well thought out and written, and I absolutely love them. Henry is one of my favorites because he's super fun, and I really love his ability to walk in dreams. And every character has such a unique powers, and I really love them. Also, I love the mystery surrounding all of them, with the diviners and what happened in the past with all those experiments and what's happening now with the ghosts and the King of Crows. It's really incredible. If you guys want to read this series, I highly recommend picking up the audiobooks, even though they're quite long. They're like 22 hours each. They are absolutely worth it because Jennifer Lavoie does such an incredible narration for these characters and the story, and the audiobooks just pull you into in the 1920s, and they give you such a vibe, and it's creepy and spooky and perfect for the fall. If you guys want to read this series, I highly recommend because it's one of my all-time favorite series, and I can this was my video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and stick around for more. Also, I would really appreciate if you guys follow all my accounts, and that will be all down below. And I will see you soon for my next video. Bye.